Pheasants Forever time's coming.
All right, guys. Good morning. Today is 9/11/2023, and we're in Streets and Sanitation. Present today are Councilman Hockett and Councilman Clay, Public Works Director Troy Kruger, Chandra Phillips as Finance Officer, and Kelly Duffy as Streets and Sanitation Supervisor. Budget will go on second reading next week. Opportunity for you two to ask operational questions of these guys. If not, take a look at your budgets. This is the oversight portion of your duties. And off we go. I think we're winding down, aren't we?
Kinda.
Kind of.
Still got a lot of projects left to get done this year. You have the streets and the sanitation budget before you. The numbers at the bottom are my numbers that I keep as my supervisors turn in their POs. I enter them all on an Excel sheet. So that is what in streets there's 144,994.10, and then we're still waiting on the reimbursement grant from the state or federal government. And then in sanitation, he's got $151,960.38 left in that department. Does anyone have any questions on that?
On the budget? Are we gonna make it to the end of the year,
Oh, yeah.
one way or another?
Yeah, we've only got a handful of payrolls left and some utilities. Sanitation will be tight by the time we pay river bottom sanitation and the trucking to Puck and our tipping fees at the Tri-County landfill. Sanitation's gonna be pretty tight.
How are things going in sanitation? How's our part going? Going smooth? I haven't been out to see Travis lately. I was
Yeah.
going to just,
The recycling has picked up, so he's busy out there. Mondays, Wednesdays is just garbage, loading the trailer, getting the trailer off to, usually he's full either Friday or he's full on Monday.
Yeah,
Is that accurate?
yeah.
So
They
then
probably
that-
got another dump today and they'll be full and trying to go through that dump.
process going smooth, don't see any problems. Building staying clean, not stinking, even when it was 105, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, I was just in it. It's not horrible.
What about the garbage service? We hear things, I hear things, people hear things. I remind myself, we're saving our streets. But there's hiccups, but,
This is a contract, guys, so be cautious.
okay.
We had a meeting with Adam last week. Mr. Jensen, myself, and finance officer were there. He's aware that there's issues.
Okay.
He's
We-
addressing those issues.
Jody, of course, the only reason I bring it up is because we have uncomfortable conversations with constituents and we grant the
Sure,
contracts.
but on this side, you have to understand, you have to be, especially in a public meeting.
Yeah.
We can go into executive session if you want to get details, but this has got to be, it's a contract relationship. We just got to respect that relationship and not do any damage to ourselves or to anybody that we may contract with.
He's,
I believe
Like I
it's
said-
going.
he's aware. We had that meeting with him. He's working on several things with his trucks and his personnel.
Okay.
I guess, I don't know how much I can say.
Good enough.
Just, he's made aware of it. And it's,
We can say that some of our constituents are having problems with it.
Yes.
And we can say that, and we can say that, Troy, you're telling us that it's been addressed and they're working on it.
correct.
So that's fine, that's good, that's what we need. We can go forward that way.
I think we're all trying to help out whenever the phone calls, we try to help it out.
Yep, yep, that's
Get a
what I
problem
like.
fixed.
Yeah, I think, all in all, you know, like I said, the recycling has picked up. Travis is busy. We got, you know, we got a couple guys that we run in and out of there to help him out. Dump's open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that's personnel out there from 9 to 5, and then Saturdays, so we rotate those guys through the weekends. He's pretty much got somebody out there for at least a couple hours a day, every day. The recycling is picked up, so that's just a lot of
Yeah.
sorting and baling and all that kind of stuff. We just sent out another shipment, or we have another shipment going out this Wednesday. I think that'll be our third shipment of recyclable materials, so.
I think so.
That will go out Wednesday, so we're averaging about a shipment about every month and a half, almost a month. They haven't really amounted to a whole lot, a couple $1,000, what we're making off the recycled stuff. Better than nothing.
Yeah, we didn't expect that was gonna be huge,
No.
though, nobody did,
No,
so it sounds.
kind of when we took the recycling business over, aluminum was kind of the moneymaker. And the price of aluminum has dropped considerably since we took it over.
But it's cyclical, and it'll go back up.
I don't know I don't know what would fluctuate. I mean, you would think that,
Aluminum is
you would
all
think that would stay
cyclical.
pretty consistent, but
It fluctuates like copper and everything else.
I think getting this cardboard out of our tipping fees is helping. I think,
Less trash.
yes,
I would think, or-
makes more room.
oh, Kelly found a dump truck.
oh, man,
It's on its way. It'll be here this week. So, we have to go out for bid. We have to put it out for bids. I called the state auditor's office, and the state does not differentiate between new equipment and used equipment. So there's no loophole, no nothing that we just have to go out for bids on it. So I'll get that deal written up this week and get that in the paper 10 days after we publish it, then we can pull the trigger on it.
What would you expect the bid to come in at? Have any idea?
It's gonna be just under $100,000.
Use her all. Okay.
It's a very, very good truck. It's low miles. It's in excellent.
Low miles?
Low miles, and
Good.
it's in excellent condition.
So it's not on the way yet.
no, it's not on the way.
It's
yet.
not on the way yet.
That's not what
until
I
we
heard.
get it. Okay.
It's not on
That was
way
the first comment.
yet. But yeah, man, if we could secure that going forward, that might be a pretty good deal.
Other than that, we have a lot of year-end projects to get done. We got ditch over on Plum Street. We're still working on Adams. We're gonna try and they were working on that Friday, get that all seeded and get that taken care of for the public over there. Might be able to get a little more crack sealing done this fall if we can get equipment.
Is the curb done on Adams?
Curbs down, Adams is complete.
Did it get a new surface too?
Yes.
I don't go over there.
Highway project's wrapping up. We have one manhole to install on our end. I just got another pay request from, Jacob forwarded it over. It was a small one. It was the last of the water tie-ins. So we should be winding up on that here pretty shortly. They're planning on having the main line done by the 23rd, I believe, of September, and then they'll have the turning lane and some sidewalk and that pink boulevard to do. But they're moving along right behind the paving crew, so I think we can realistically expect that. The highway portion of the project will get done this year. The ditch itself, weather permitting, but the highway portion should be done in early October. Don't really have anything else, unless you guys have some questions for us.
Unknown call.
A lot of concerned citizens about the stoplight. Must say it, the phone must have rang 30 times this
Oh,
weekend.
easy, we're getting all kinds of calls.
Do you want to call the radio station and just put out a message? Yes, we know that the stoplight is blinking red and it was struck by lightning this weekend. We will.
That would help.
Yep.
I'd encourage that.
Yeah, I guess for the public now, since we're live, anyone that watches this meeting is, we had a lightning strike on our stoplight this weekend, knocked the power out to it, and then when we got the power back onto it, we could not get it to operate correctly. There's several components in that cabinet that we're pretty sure are, one is fried completely, you can smell it, it's not coming to life, and the other one is, there's a power box that's only operating at about half capacity, and so all we were able to get back up, I couldn't get the flashing yellows to work. The only thing I could get to operate was the flashing reds. So it's basically, in a sense, it's a four-way stop right now, and it'll remain that way until I get parts here to fix what's damaged in that cabinet. And I was in contact with the Traffic Solutions this weekend, and we're working on it. So I'll call the radio station, let them know.
That sensor coming down, I got, my businessman talked to me again the other day, Carnival. It's still long wait when you're coming north on the highway, right there. Say it sits there 8-10 minutes and it still stays ready.
Say that
So he runs it.
For the carnival?
No, nothing to do with the carnival. I talked to him at the carnival.
Oh.
The carnival's incidental. But he asked me, he says, well, when I brought it up to you 3 weeks ago or whatever, I said, well, I told him, I said, it's the sensing unit, when you come up north, and here's a highway, you sit there, 8, 9, 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That's unacceptable. And he said, 2 nights ago, I was sitting there, not a damn thing's been done with it, blah, blah, blah. He was pretty hot. He goes, relax. City knows about it.
So if you're on Main Street and you're headed north, there's two sensing pads there. And a lot of times what people will do is if they're gonna take a left-hand turn, they'll creep over and I think the pads are adequate sized, because on Main Street, there's not an actual left-hand turn lane. It's either you're gonna go left, you're gonna go straight, or you're gonna go right. There's no turning lane there. So the pads aren't as big as they are on the other side. But you have to go over the sensor to trigger the stoplight. And people with smaller vehicles especially will tend to, when they're gonna make a left-hand turn, if they're on Main and they're going north, they'll creep over and they'll straddle that double yellow line and they'll miss the pads. And you're gonna sit there forever.
Yeah, that's probably
Because
what's happening.
if you don't run over the pads, the light does not know what to do. Same thing happens sometimes when you're coming from North Main and you're going south. There's a set of pads that are over there in the right-hand turn lane, and then there's a set of pads if you're going to go straight or you're gonna go left. And those also, if you don't drive over one of those sensors, it is not going to tell the stoplight to switch. The way that the stoplight is set up is what was recommended by Traffic Solutions and the DOT. So how it is not a typical, it doesn't time out like a typical stoplight would. Like, so if it gives, and it's because of the traffic flow. Obviously, we have way more traffic on Highway 18 than we have on Main Street. So it's going to be green for Highway 18 unless something on Main Street trips those pads, and then it times out, and then it's so many seconds, and then it'll switch over, and then it allows the Main Street traffic flow to go. But then once it turns back, if something doesn't trip those again, it will stay green on the highway. So that's the way that the stoplight was set up. That's the way that Traffic Solutions set it up. That was the way that the DOT recommended to set it up. We have not changed that at all, so, but you gotta go over the sensors. And we did have problems with it here, about 2-3 months ago on it would have been on the south side of the intersection. On one of those pads,
That's where
there was an incomplete circuit in there.
oh, yeah.
And it was in the control box that was right in the sidewalk. And one of the wire nuts didn't get tightened all the way down when they put or just over time, I guess, people walking or just traffic on the street. And it wasn't making a connection. So we had an incomplete circuit in there, and it was on and off.
Yeah, that's when it was the worst.
That's been corrected. So Muth Electric's been here.
I was telling them to move one way or the other, coming down there.
Yep. We had a problem there, but it's been fixed. But you gotta be on the pads, gotta go over the sensors, otherwise it's not going to trip it.
Yep, gotcha.
And it's always gonna time out on the Main Street side. Always gonna time out, and it's always gonna go back to a red. And then the opposite on the highway side, it's always gonna time out, and it's always gonna go back to green.
Wonder when we painted, if we marked that out, Troy, wonder if it would help people,
Where the pads are.
you know what I mean?
Good idea, Kelly, I think, yeah.
There's
Really?
a problem,
Because
I
there's
know
nothing,
that.
I don't think there's
Lot of
nothing, there's a
complaints.
big wide, and I don't think you probably,
Yeah, you get it, now you sit there forever and don't change,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, we didn't put it in. But
Yeah, you can mark.
I don't know, I mean, it's an idea, throw around.
Put some paint around them or something, I guess.
If that would help people say, I need to be here and not,
it would,
I don't know.
I guarantee you,
Just
it would give them some
Just a
direction.
suggestion,
It would give them some direction.
because if they don't know,
Yep, no.
like what Troy's just saying.
And if they don't know, they call, and then I tell them.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Spread the word.
Spread the-
Drive over the pads. We still have DB's working up here on the top of 6th Street. We had a blowout up there around one of Mark's manholes with the hot weather. When we got up in the 606 on the weekend, a couple weekends ago, the concrete exploded up there, heaved up, blew up. So DB's working on that, and then we're gonna move him down to Main Street to kind of wind up for the year down there. We've got that one storm sewer inlet right in front of True Value, and that thing's in pretty rough shape. Kind of a trip hazard right now, so that'll kind of be the end of that for the year. But yeah, we're almost halfway through September, so
Yeah,
Streets look nice,
winding down.
we're excited for snow.
Don't get too excited.
don't they?
I think so.
Streets look nice.
Fall fishing, how about that?
That's right.
I'm excited for fall fishing.
Get ready, get ready. This cooler weather.
Streets look nice.
Thank
Third
you.
time. Did you hear it?
Good compliment.
Kelly heard it every time. They look nice.
Thank you.